Hi guys, happy Thursday. This is November 7th? 8th. November 8th. I wanted to talk about my new book, and also today is a good example of blanket stuff. And this is Chansey. He's in his house eating hay, and the last I checked, the temperature was about 45, and which isn't that bad, really. But we have a little bit of a breeze, so it's a little bit chilly. But his hair's a little bit longer, and he doesn't do. He gets sweaty easier than some of the others. So I have 4 horses, and I took blankets off of 2 and left the other 2 blankets on because they weren't sweaty underneath. Chansey and Baby were sweaty, and like I said, it's about 45 degrees, but which isn't really that bad, but a little chilly. So, sometimes you just have to. He's getting into the wheelbarrow. I came in here to clean his pen too. You have to go by the individual horse because some horses sweat easier than others, and and some don't. Some can, be in a blanket in 45-degree weather and be okay. So, like I said, I fell under his blanket, and he was sweaty and Baby was sweaty. So if they are sweaty, oh, thank you. If they are sweaty and there's a breeze, you don't want to take it off and leave them in the breeze. So what I did was I brought them all a little snack. He's going back in his house. He's dry now, but I brought them a snack and put Chansey and Baby in their houses with the snack so they can be in a place out of the wind until their hair dried. So his hair's dried and kind of fluffed up, so he's okay to be out in it. The other 2 still have their blankets on, so it didn't matter where I put their snacks. But that's something to keep in mind too, that you don't want to take off their blankets if they're sweaty underneath, if there's a breeze, especially if they don't have a shelter. I was debating putting a sheet on them just because that would kind of protect them from the breeze. It is kind of chilly. I had to put my hat on. This is a hat that I got a couple years ago from Walmart for $1.99. It didn't come like this. I just cut a hole in the top because I thought my ponytail looked cute today and I didn't want to cover it up with the hat. So I cut a little hole in the top. And yeah, the wind was just like getting to my head and my ears. And anyway, I made me a little ponytail hat. So the kids are having a snack right now. And I came in here to clean Chansey's pen while he was having a snack. And also just talk about my Horses Don't Lie book. Now this looks like it's backwards. Is it backwards to you guys? In one of my last live videos, I was saying that everything's reversed and backwards, but when I was watching them, they weren't. So I don't know why sometimes they are, because this looks backwards to me. Sometimes they're backwards and sometimes they're not. So anyway, let me see. Because yeah, that's over there. Maybe it's not. Is this backwards to you guys? Anyway, I got this book yesterday and started reading it this morning. I've seen this book around for a long time and finally decided to get it because in another book that I was reading, Riding Between the Worlds by Linda, I forget her last name, I think it starts with a K. She mentioned him. His name is Chris Irvin, and I liked what she said about him in her book, so I got on Amazon and looked this up, and I started reading it today. And I like what he says because in Riding Between the Worlds. She's the same person that wrote the Tao of Equus, the Tao of Equus, and that's a really good book too. But she talks a lot about your feelings when you're around horses, and if your feelings are congruent or incongruent, horses can tell. And I mentioned that when I was lunging Mousy yesterday, in part of that last live video that I did. Not yesterday, I think it was the day before. And I mentioned that in that live video about, you know, if you're feeling one way but pretending like you're trying not to feel that way, they pick up on it. And I think it was towards the beginning, or no, it was when I came back and I was gonna lope him, and I could feel myself feeling a little nervous, and I was trying not to feel nervous. I was kind of holding my breath, and then I think that's when I said something, because he was kind of acting a little antsy, and when I kind of calmed down and took a couple deep breaths, I felt like I kind of became congruent and like myself. But he kind of talks about this. He doesn't really say congruent. He says horses don't lie. They don't separate how they feel and how they act, which that's true. They pick up on us when we separate how we feel and how we act. And the expression, what you see is what you get, could have been coined from horses. And you can't fake it with horses. You'll just confuse them and frustrate them, and frustrate yourself if you try. So yeah, they show you what you're feeling. Sometimes, oh, I was just petting my mic. Sorry about that. Sometimes I think we can feel something and we might not exactly be aware that we're feeling that way, or we might be trying to hide it. And for me, I think that happens like if I'm holding my breath, you might know that you're feeling a certain way, but then you're trying to hide it or not let other people see that. That's when I think we become incongruent, and then they pick up on it. Some horses are more sensitive to it than others. I think Mousy is one that's more sensitive to it than, like, say, Chansey. And anyway, they want us to have a calm, focused assurance. They want us to be consistent. And they want us to be both strong and compassionate. In short, horses need us to be ourselves. And I think that's, like, so true. But yeah, I only read just this first beginning part, but I have my highlighted stuff here. And all things that I thought was really good. He has a quote from Ray Hunt too. Ray Hunt wrote in 1978, "You're not working on the horse, you're working on yourself." And that's what I feel like. Like that last lunging session that I did live with Mousy a couple days ago. Yeah, it's like you're trying to work on yourself and become balanced and congruent, I guess. You know, I think they point out little things to us, and it says here, so the hard part of horse training isn't really about the horse at all. It's all about knowing who you are while learning about who the horse is and figuring out who you need to be to bring the two together in mutual respect and trust. And yeah, that's what I feel like, you know, when I'm working with one of them, and you're trying to connect. You're getting that connection, and when you get that connection, you know, they point out things that we need to learn to get that connection in order for that to happen. But anyway, I got off track with the book. I didn't really come to really talk a lot about the book. And when I was reading this morning, though, it's like I had this big inspirational moment. It's like, yes, yes, yes. This is like, I really liked what he was saying. And yeah, I just read the beginning part, so I'm getting ready to start chapter 1. But I think it's a really, really good book. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard of this book, but yeah, so far I highly recommend it. But anyway, I'm going to end this video, and I think I'm going to restart a new video, and I'm just going to clean Chancey's pen. So if you guys want to hang out with me while I'm doing that, that's what I'll be doing. And or maybe I'll just start doing a little bit of it now. Chancey's out getting a drink. Oh, he's gonna help me here. Don't spill that. Okay, well, yeah, I think you guys probably don't want to hang out with me while I'm cleaning the horse pen, so say bye-bye. Say bye. You gonna help me? Okay, well, everybody left. I guess I like bored everybody with my book talk, so I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, end this one and maybe start another one. And then I'm thinking of doing some trying to find my thing here. I'm thinking of doing some live lunging videos, so if you guys want to come back for that, then I'll see you later. Okay, bye bye.